Hi guys and gals and kittens, and welcome to the I Need a Magic show. In this video I'm going to be vibe coding my own Pinecone. And my motivation for doing that is because I'm tired of having senior software developers telling me that I can't create complex apps using vibe coding. So I figured let's show them. So the first thing we're going to need a backend. List all plugins. List all plugins. Now Magic comes with a bunch of plugins out of the box that you can install as you see fit. So one particular plugin I'm currently looking for, which is the one called Utilities. And I'm going to install that one. As you can see here it is. Utility workflow for AI chatbot features, e.g. send chat logs by email, etc. Install Utilities. Now this plugin contains two important HTTP endpoints, one for creating new RAG data and another one for actually testing RAG data based on natural prompts, allowing you to see what type of context you're getting according to what you are using to retrieve context. So now let's ask it to, I need its open API specification. Let's see what it returns now. Now what I'm basically doing is that I'm actually seeding the LLM. I don't give a shit about its open API specification, but I'm actually seeding the LLM such that it actually understands what these HTTP API endpoints actually do and how they behave. So now I'm going to create first one landing page for logging in and allowing me to create new snippets. Because this one has two functions, one to create and one to test, right? So let's wait until it is done, okay? As you can see here, there are two functions in this particular open API specification. I want you to create an HTML page for me. The page should be a modern design based upon neumorphism and maybe some fancy effects and transitions, but not too much. The point about the page is that it should allow the user to insert new training snippets. However, before it allows access, it needs a login form where the user can log in with username and password. Search for Magic Auth workflow before you start creating my page. I want you to follow the Magic Auth authentication logic. Notice the meta and URI fields should not be transmitted unless the user provides you with some actual text. Make it null if text is empty. Let's see. Okay, I admit it's not like a grandma prompt, but hey man, I'm a software developer, I can't really help myself. Yes, default name. Saving such larger applications takes a lot of time because, I mean, the LLM is producing like, 100 lines of code for me or something. So this particular invocation might take 30 to 60 seconds simply because of OpenAI speed restrictions. So have some patience as you're waiting for it to save your HTML. Now the point about the utilities component or module or whatever you want to plug in, whatever you want to call it, is that it allows you to have an HTTP endpoint where you provide your prompt such that when users are prompting your AI, you just transmit that prompt to the snippets match HTTP endpoint. And that HTTP endpoint is then going to return snippets back to you that are the best candidates using vector similarity search and RAG for answering your particular prompt, whatever that prompt is, so, or as a response. Hooray! It chose to save my freaking file inside of a folder, and then it actually failed when it was finally done and ready for actually saving. Yeah! Vibe coding is challenging. You kind of like have to fight a little bit with the LLM regardless of what platform you're using. That's true for Lovable, it's true for Cursor, that's true for Codex, that's true for Base 44, and it is true for Magic Cloud. So now let's see what this guy gave us. Login. All right. It's a pretty cool effect actually. Wow. Me like it. So let's see what it if it actually works. New training snippets. All right. This looks kind of cool. So now at this point, we're going to need a machine learning type. Create. Because we're going to need some place to save our snippets. So I could have populated this with like a drop-down list and stuff like that, you know, that are querying my backend for what types are available, right? But you know, there are limits to what I can squeeze into like a 10-minute YouTube video. So for now, it's a text box and you have to know the name of your type. Prompt. Howdy world. Hello, dude. This is a greeting from Magic Cloud. Let's see if it succeeded. Snippet submitted successfully. Right. Let's try another one. Prompt. What time is it? It's time to get started with your own personal RAG database server. Submit snippets. Let's see if these guys were successfully submitted by opening up machine learning training data, choosing our type foo here, and here you can see what time is it, how they will. And both snippets have embeddings, so we can already at this point start using them. So now if I, for instance, turn on VSS here now and I search for hello, what's your name, then the idea is that it's going to match how they were here, right at the top. So that becomes a part of the context you transmit to OpenAI from within your code. So now let's bring it further. I want you to create another page with the same design requiring auth, but this page should display training snippets based upon my prompt. Notice the max argument is maximum OpenAPI tokens, and it should be populated by default with the value of 1000. The endpoint returns an array of snippets as items. Each array has prompt, completion, distance, meta, and URI. I want you to display these in a table after the user has searched. Let's hope this works. I tried this out like 20 minutes before I started creating this YouTube video, so I mean, it's not like, you know, this is something I've done a billion times before. every time I have an idea for like a new app, I tend to just like throw it out on YouTube and see if I can pull it through without any serious preparations, really. So, but now we have this guy to submit new training snippets. If I now write who our CEO is Thomas Hansen. You can find him in Cyprus. Right, so now I have 3 training snippets. CEO, hello, what time is it? Right, search snippets, let's see if this guy works. Logging in, okay, type, foo, prompt, hello. Now it should show my howdy snippets. Hello dude, this is a greeting from Magic Cloud. Now if I write instead, who's your CEO, then that snippet should bubble up to the top. Our CEO is Thomas Hansen. And if I ask it what time is it, then this snippet should bubble up, right, and be the top one. And the point is that the way you should populate your context when you're invoking OpenAI, when you're using VSS and RAG, is that you kind of like start at the top and like fill up your context until you've got like 5,000 tokens or something like that. And then you just smash that into OpenAI together with the question. And then you have a system instruction that informs OpenAI to exclusively answer questions based upon the context. However, here we have arguably a complete Pinecone implementation, entirely vibe coded 100% from the ground up. And I can guarantee you, if you find a bug in this code, I haven't even looked at the code, but I'm still willing to give you $100 if you find a bug in this code, because there simply aren't any bugs. And that's because of the architecture of Magic and Hyperlambda. There are no security flaws in this thing whatsoever. I can guarantee you that with 100% certainty. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.